with us today, Mr. Andrew?
Yes, he is, Your Honor. He is zooming in. We are asking for a bench trial at this time, bench trial date.
Mr.
Good morning, Your
Stone?
Honor. Jeff Stone on behalf of the people. We would reserve jury at this time as well.
Are there any witnesses in the court on this matter today?
Judge, I do not have witnesses today. I did speak with them yesterday. There's going to be an issue, a restitution issue, so that's half of the request to have it set. We're just trying to move it faster, Judge.
All right. How long are you asking for?
Judge, I would think 4 weeks should be sufficient unless Mr. Stone has a better idea. Judge, we
July
are
21st, is that good?
Judge, we're requesting that it be an in-person bench trial as well, if the court would allow. And I'm sorry, what date did you mention, Judge?
You asked for 4 weeks. That's July 21st. Is that good?
Is it that in the morning or the afternoon, Judge?
In the morning. We
Can
can
I
do it
have
any
another
Wednesday.
in-person? I'm sorry,
Okay,
Judge?
What day? Is the 28th good then?
The 28th looks good, Judge. Yes, it does.
All right. Mr. Dumas, state your name, please.
Adam Michael Dumas.
All right. The malicious destruction of building case then is adjourned to, not actually adjourned, but set for a bench trial to July 28th at 8:30. That'll be in person, so you have to come to court that day. Your bond is continued. You have a second file, 19 RV 08911. You had a defective equipment matter. It looks like you never paid it. There was a show cause hearing scheduled. You failed to appear for that. So between warrant fees, fines and fees, and late fee, the total owed was $349.60. It looks like $249.60 has been received, so you still owe $100. Are you aware of that?
I am aware, Judge.
Are you prepared to pay that?
I can pay it when I come in person on the 28th.
All right, I'll just indicate the 100 is to be paid by July the 28th. Are you living at the Maxwell address?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day, Judge.
Thank you, too. Versus Kevon Dexter.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Whoever's on the screen, please identify yourself because we have numerous people. Without you identifying yourself, I'm not going to know who's speaking. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Melanie Bates, appearing on behalf of Mr. Kevon Dexter, who is present by Zoom this morning. Mr. Dexter, can you identify yourself?
Good morning, Kevon Dexter.
Good morning. What's taking place today, Mr. or Miss Bates?
Your Honor, I spoke to the prosecutor, Vince Kalura. Mr. Stone is going to stand in for him today. We're just asking to set the exam date, convert it to a PC date. We just need a little bit more time to work on resolution.
You have inspired the great data sets Ponte
How
over
long are
here.
you asking for?
It's Dinky over here.
A week or two would be great, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. Just 1 second, please. There's background noise coming from somewhere. Do you know, Dexter? Mr. Dexter.
Yeah.
You have background noise which comes into the court.
I turned it off.
Can't.
I turned
Thank
it
you.
off. My bad. I didn't know.
You were saying, Miss Bates?
Your Honor, I think 2 weeks would be sufficient for Mr. Kalura to get some information for me.
So you're asking that the PCC be adjourned to that day? Is that what you indicated?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Mr. Dexter, are you in agreement with that?
Yes.
Looks like the matter's been adjourned already, so. All right, July the 7th will be the next court date. That's at 8:30, if not resolved on that day. Preliminary exam is set for July 14th at 8:30. Does that work for you, Mr. Stone?
Yes, that's fine, Your Honor.
All right, your bond is continued, Mr. Dexter. Do you live at the Phillip address still?
Yes.
You're all set.
All right.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. You all have a good day.
Thank you, too. People versus Antoine Johnson.
Morning,
Good
Your
morning,
Honor.
Your
Jeff
Honor.
Stone, on behalf of the people.
This is Attorney Tuttles on Antoine Johnson.
Morning. Looks like we have two matters set for today involving Mr. Johnson. So what's taking place?
Okay, I was retained by a family member yesterday, Your Honor. We're asking, and I just understood this morning, I thought it was an adjourn, I thought it was a PCC. I was informed by Mr. Stone that it was set for an exam. Obviously, I don't have discovery. I'm just asking for an adjournment of the piece, an adjournment of the exam. So I can just secure discovery. My office should have sent over a substitution of counsel regarding Miss Fanning, her the prior lawyer. And I apologize for any inconvenience I've caused the court.
Well, you haven't caused it. Your client has. This matters. The file 21736 has been adjourned many times, and your client several times has failed to appear also. Is he here today?
I see I see a person, I think he might be in the Macomb County Jail, Your Honor, or I see a Mr. Johnson oh, that's an Anderson. He's in Macomb County Jail.
He is?
Yes.
Listed as prisoner.
Okay. Mr. Stone?
I think Mr. Stone is muted. Okay.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, or good morning.
Any input regarding this?
I would just note, Judge, people were ready to proceed today. Obviously, Mr. Tuttles needs discovery, so I won't oppose the request.
How long are you asking for then, Mr. Tuttles?
I should get discovery. Today is what, Wednesday? I mean, yeah, Wednesday. I should have discovery no later than Friday.
I cannot hear you. For some reason, you cut out.
Early part of July, Your Honor.
All right, your client has two files. Do you want me to set it for preliminary exam on the one matter and trial on the other, or just pre-trials or PCC on one and
I would prefer a PCC on the felony and a pretrial on the misdemeanor.
All right, so give me a day in July when you think that'll be good for you. It has to be a Wednesday morning.
Has to be a Wednesday morning. Okay, I can do the 7th if the people think that they can have discovery to me in enough time.
Is that good for you, Mr. Stone?
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right, both matters are adjourned. The felony matter to July 7th for PCC. And then if not resolved, the exam would be July 14th. Both these are at 8:30. And the pretrial on file 212257. That'll be adjourned to July 7th at 8:30.
Your Honor. And I'll address bond then after I get a chance to get more information regarding this, the status of this case.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for the court's indulgence. We'll be in touch.
You're welcome.
We don't have to sit in the courtroom. Are we okay to sit in the courtroom? Because I don't know when I'm gonna call it.
I'll let you know when to call.
Versus James Kratz.
Ready, Your Honor. Good morning, Judge Boedeker, to you and your staff. My name is Paul Miscavige, appearing at defendant, Mr. James Kratz, who's with us via Zoom this morning. Judge, it's the date and time set for a pretrial. We're asking the matter be set for a bench trial, and checking my calendar, I was going to request the matter be set for July 28th at 8:30.
Mr. Stone?
People with reserved jury, Your Honor, I would note for the record, the complaining witness is present on the Zoom call.
State your name, please, whoever that individual is.
Ms. Kratz,
Yes, sir.
State your name.
James Kratz.
All right, so is it Victoria Kratz? That's the alleged victim?
correct. She's muted.
All right.
Yes.
Do you want,
Yes.
do you want this in person then, Mr. Stone and Mr. Miscavige?
I would defer to Mr. Stone. I'm good either way.
Your Honor, I think by July 28th, I believe the court has been approved for phase 4, correct? So
Every court has been approved for phase 4, but also the Supreme Court has, in their order, indicated that
Your attorney has.
every case is to be.
Yeah.
Every case is to be set by Zoom, except for, well, it says to the maximum extent possible. So we're going to continue to do Zoom based on the Supreme Court order unless it is a trial, of course, or a preliminary examination hearing. But you've indicated that you're reserving your right to a jury, so I assume that this isn't going to trial. I can't get a handle on what the two of you are.
Judge, I have absolutely no
Future.
objection to appearing via Zoom on this matter on July 28th.
Just 1 second, please. I'm sorry. For some reason, we're getting background noise, and it's very difficult to, when I have that, to understand what's being said. So with that, I don't hear it now. Go ahead, Mr. Miscavige.
Yes, Judge, perhaps at this point in time, given the most recent Supreme Court order, it would be prudent to set this matter via Zoom for July 28th at 8:30.
Well, let me ask you, do you believe it is going to go to trial?
I don't.
Mr. Stone?
Judge, I would never do a trial on Zoom anyways, so.
All right, well, what I'm indicating is this, all right? If there is going to be a trial, the court is not going to do a trial by Zoom either. So I'm just asking, if you think there's a chance.
I want
it's
to
gonna go
drop the
trial-
charges. I want to drop the charges against my husband.
All right, you have to take that up with Mr. Stone, though, Ms. Kratz. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Given that, Judge, we'll continue to July 28th bench trial date.
By Zoom, though?
Yes.
All right. Your bond is continued, Mr. Kratz. Do you live at the Paddo address?
Yes, sir.
Very well, you're all set.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
One of them is Mr. Saeed Daniel. They're all in person, and Mr.
You
Johnson.
said July 20th.
Yeah.
I don't know how you want to proceed.
I'm sorry, there what?
At what time?
All right, can you,
8:30.
Mr. Kratz, just take him off the screen, please. I'm sorry,
My bad. I'm on.
I'm sorry.
Wait until they take us off the screen.
Tiller or Steeler?
No, no, not you.
3 prisoners.
Okay.
They're in person and their attorneys are on screen. There's also Mr. Johnson, who Mr. Tuttles was here on. I don't know how you want to take them one by one.
Sure.
One person. Do you want the attorney one?
Which one? I guess, yeah, however you want to do it, yeah, just bring them in one at a time, I guess.
One at a time. Okay.
And then I have another site, Daniel file in my office too.
Oh, okay.
I can get it, but I'll wait till it comes in.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, you want that
Actually,
one?
I have 2 other sites, Daniel files in my office.
Saeed.
People versus Lackney Smith.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Lakin Smith.
Good morning, Your Honor. Spencer Clayton appearing on behalf of Ms. Smith.
Good morning. Today's date set for a probable cause conference. Any resolution, Mr. Stone and Mr. Clayton?
Your Honor, at this time, we're going to ask for it to be set for a Zoom exam.
I am not going to do Zoom exams.
Okay.
And the reason is because it's too difficult for the court and for the court reporter to transcribe it if there's a request. So it's going to be, if there's going to be an exam, it'll be in person.
That's fine, Judge. We did request discovery for some additional videos. I don't think we've received those yet, Judge.
So are you asking for an adjournment of the exam day?
I'm not sure if the court would set it out. I'm not sure how far out the court wants to set it out. I'm fine if it's set out for, 4 weeks, and then that's enough time to get those videos. I see the request was put in June 2nd, so I would imagine they're coming along somewhere.
Mr. Stone?
Your Honor, may I ask Mr. Clayton, are you with Maurice Davis's office, or are you a new attorney on the file?
Same office.
Okay. Judge, I don't oppose the request, but I would like to do it in person if we're going to set it.
Yeah, it will be in person. All right, well, give me a date. We're every Wednesday. What Wednesday works?
If we could do the 21st.
Is that good, Mr. Stone?
I'll be here, Judge.
All right, July 21st.
I'm sorry. Can I say something, please? I'm sorry.
This is your client. You want her to speak, Mr. Clayton?
Go ahead, Ms. Smith.
Oh, no, I was just hearing that the next court date may be in person, but as of June 7th, I no longer live in Michigan. I stay in Toledo, Ohio.
You'll probably have to drive up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to appear for your court date. Do we have any on the 21st?
No.
All right, July 21st. July 21st at 9:30. It'll be in person. Bond is continued. So we're going to be sending notice to the Waltham address. If you don't get it because you've moved, then make sure you write down that date right now, right, Ms. Smith?
Okay, can you
sorry,
give it to me
Your
one
Honor.
more time?
Judge, now that I'm looking closer at the calendar, I have the hearings I have on the 21st and Mr. Davis are in person. So if it could possibly be the 14th, and I'm sorry, I gave the court a bad date there.
That's okay. All right, July 14th. Do we have any on that day?
No.
All right, July 14th. So that would be 3 weeks from today at 9:30. Ms. Smith, make sure that you're here in court on that date and time. Bond is continued.
Okay, is it a way that I can talk to my attorney outside of the Zoom?
I'll call you.
He can call you. He'll call you. All right.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You're welcome. You too. People versus Edward Sawyer.
morning, Your Honor. Jeff Stone on behalf of the people. I saw Mr. Biernat earlier. I don't know if he's with us any longer.
John Biernat, are you with us?
He's not, no.
We'll have to pass on it because apparently he did leave. People versus Douglas Chmielewski.
Good morning, Your Honor.
You have to place your appearance on the record, please.
Your Honor.
Oh, no, Chris, you already said my bond was continued. You hear me?
I do not know who is speaking.
It's Victoria Kratz's son. I was wondering if we're all done now. I just wanted to know.
Yes, you are.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you
you
so
can
much.
sign
I'm
out.
sorry. I'm very sorry. Okay.
That's all right. You're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. For the record, Julie Haleo on behalf of Mr. Chmielewski, who is also appearing by Zoom. And Mr. Chmielewski, can you please state your name for the record?
Douglas Chmielewski.
Thank you. Your Honor.
Today's date's at the final pretrial. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I did have some discussions with my client as well as with Mr. Stone. This court date was set following our evidentiary hearing. At this time, Your Honor, I am discussing with Mr. Chmielewski how to move forward. I know when we stated following the conclusion of the evidentiary hearing that Mr. Chmielewski was going to get a substance use evaluation. He has since done that. I only got the evaluation from Catherine Zatkoff yesterday. So I really didn't have much time to really do what was necessary with that. And also we have discussed the possibility of appealing the court's decision. So we need an adjournment based on both of those things.
Mr. Stone,
No objection, Your Honor.
how long are you asking for?
Your Honor, just to keep things moving forward, we can come back in a month if you want to set it for July 21st.
All right, we'll adjourn the final pretrial to July 21st at 8:30. And what was the other thing, Ms. Lewa?
Oh, no, there was nothing else, Your Honor.
That was it? All right.
Yes.
All right, bond is continued. Have an address for you on hearing. Are you living there, Mr. Chmielewski?
Yes, I am, Judge.
Okay, we'll see you back here 4 weeks from today by Zoom. You're all set.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I actually, I have another matter, but she doesn't have a smartphone. She can call into the court, but I didn't have her do so until I knew the court was ready for that file.
Which case is it?
That's Shetterly.
Court officer just left the courtroom, so. Hold on, we'll get that file.
Okay.
People versus Lynn Shetterly.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm going to call her. I told her to stand by and we are ready to do a plea, so I'm gonna call right now.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeff Stone on behalf of the people, I have the complaining witness in person. She'll be coming into the court with an advocate.
Thank you. Is there a, what is that person's name, Mr. Stone?
Her name is Shirley Firestone. Or I'm sorry, Cheryl Firestone.
Okay, I see that two people have just entered the court, so. You can have a seat up here, please, thanks.
Hi. Good morning.
Just have a seat up here, please.
discussion now.
Yes, hi, this is Lynn Chatterley.
Thank you. All right, she is on the line. Miss Haleo, what's taking place today?
Thank you, Your Honor. And for the record, Julie Haleo on behalf of Ms. Shetterly. Your Honor, we do have a plea resolution where Ms. Shetterly will plead no contest to domestic violence.
Just 1 second. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. It's just, this individual's got to listen to what we're saying. It's a plea that's being entered into. Go ahead, Ms. Haleo.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Shetterly will plead no contest to the charge of domestic violence, and that will be pursuant to 769-4A.
Ms. Shetterly, did you hear the statements made by your attorney, Ms. Halewa?
I can't hear you.
That's not.
Did you hear the statements made by your attorney, Ms. Halewa?
Yes,
She indicated you're going to plead no contest to domestic violence. Is that correct?
right, yes,
The plea would be taken under advisement under Michigan law, and provided you comply with the terms that the court sets, it will be dismissed at the end of 1 year. Are you in agreement with that?
yes,
It is a misdemeanor offense. The maximum punishment is 93 days in jail. If this court were to determine that there's a factual basis for your guilt, it will have the same effect as a guilty plea. You waive your right to a trial in front of a judge or a jury. You also waive all the rights that you were previously informed of, and you went through those with her. Is that correct, Ms. Halewa?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Stone, is that your understanding of the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Thank you. This would have been on February 19th, 2021 in the city of Roseville, involving a Cheryl Firestone, a resident or former resident of your household. How do you plead to this offense? Are you pleading no contest to this offense?
yes,
Thank you. To establish a factual basis, Mr. Stone?
Your Honor, I'm reading from Roseville Police Report number 21-4495, which indicates on February 19th, 2021, in the city of Roseville, defendant and victim are roommates, lived together at 26621 Woodmont. The two were involved in a verbal fight when defendant got into victim's face and began to yell. While yelling, defendant's spit was getting on victim's face. Defendant then picked the victim up out of her chair, lifted her 6 to 12 inches off the ground, pushed her back down into the chair. The two were separated, nothing more happened. Victim had minor injuries from the incident.
Thank you. The court finds there is a factual basis for the plea. Pursuant to the plea agreement, there's a 1 year deferred sentence. Are you Miss Firestone?
Yes, I am, sir.
All right. State your name, please.
My name is Cheryl, Sherryl, space Lynn, Lynn, space Firestone, Firestone.
All right. Is there anything that you would like to say regarding the incident or regarding sentencing?
Yes, I would, please.
Go ahead.
She was making fun of me, telling me I was worthless because I have a chair, and she stopped taking her meds. And then she, on that day, she picked me up and threw me down in the chair when I was trying to cook some sloppy joes. And I went to the hospital and I couldn't feel anything from head to toe. I have a computer chip in my brain from a prior incident because I have no cerebellum, which controls voluntary movement of your muscles throughout your body. And if I did not have that chip, I would be in a chair. And the only way I'd be able to move around is to move the chair around with my mouth. I would not feel anything from my neck down. I would have to be bathed every day.
All right,
I'd have
as
to
to,
wear diapers, and I'm angry.
Okay,
because
as
this
Ms.
is not a slap in the face. She really did a lot of damage, and I think she intended to do great bodily harm, not just a misdemeanor. But nonetheless, there's nothing else I can do.
Do you know, is there any restitution that's being requested, Mr. Stone?
There is no, I don't know if there is any.
Mr. Stone, did you hear me or no?
Judge,
We
I'm not
can't hear
aware,
you. You
I'm not
must-
aware of any restitution being requested. If the court wants to reserve that issue, that's fine in case there is.
Is there any restitution? Are you out any money because of this?
I could buy, I have severe lower back pain now.
I had ordered that she not have contact with you. Has there been any contact since the date of the incident?
Not really.
All right. Ms. Halewa, is there anything that you would like to say in your client's behalf?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. My client is 61 years of age. Since the order to move out of the home that they shared, she is currently residing with her friend in Royal Oak, a separate friend. She is not working due to her own disabilities. She only receives about $970 a month. Due to her limited income, I would ask if she could be referred to the financial officer at the court to go on a payment plan while she is on probation for the year. I don't think that this court's going to have any issues with her. She does have 2 things on her criminal history that I'm aware of, which dates back to 2009 and another issue in 2015, but I don't believe she's ever had any issues with completing terms of the court.
Thank you. Ms. Shetterly, is there anything that you want to say on your behalf?
I really can't hear that good. No, I don't want to say nothing. I can't really hear anything.
Is there anything you want to say regarding sentencing?
No.
All right, you're placed on 1-year reporting probation. We're going to give you the information about contacting your probation officer and the financial officer today. Right now, it will not be in person reporting probation, but your probation officer will go through that with you. There's to be no criminal activity. Are you able to work or no?
Not right now, I can't. No.
All right, no contact at all with Ms. Firestone. You're to attend domestic violence counseling as recommended by your probation officer. No use of drugs or alcohol. Your fines and costs, this includes the state crime victim right fee, total $400, plus the court-appointed fees. Provided you comply with these terms, the matter will be dismissed at the end of 1 year. We have an address for you in East Point, but your attorney indicates you're living in Royal Oak. What is your address, please?
414 North Campbell Road, Royal Oak, 48067.
48067?
Right.
Thank you. Just so I have this right, 414 North Campbell.
Royal Oak.
Right. And is that a home or an apartment?
It's a home.
All right. Very well. Ms. Halewa, can you text to her or call her and give her the name of Ms. Bilowski and Mr. Lashley?
Yes, Your Honor, I already did that. Just so the court is aware, the screen where it has that information is a little off. So the last number of Mr. Lashley isn't showing, just for your court's awareness. And
okay.
then just
you do have it though?
Yes, I gave that to her.
Right.
And then just so the
thanks.
can note as well, my court-appointed fees are $325.
All right, very well.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, Ms. Firestone. Thank you.
Thank you.
First, Rita Ritchie.
Sure.
Good morning, Your
This
Honor.
gentleman, what's he here for?
For a city attorney swearing.
Oh, he's a swear to, okay. All right, go ahead with the Ritchie case.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm John Rossi, court-appointed counsel on behalf of Rita Ritchie. I briefly spoke to the prosecuting attorney on Monday, but we hadn't finished our conversation, so I'd like to speak with him and see if we can't resolve this or move it along.
Okay, are you sure you're asking for a breakout room with Mr. Stone? Is that
Yes,
correct?
I am. But I know he's handling these other cases. That's why I'm patiently.
Oh, you can do it now. It looks like I have something else I've got to handle in the meantime, so.
Okay. All right, yes, I'd like to
All
break
right,
up with Mr. Stone.
Good morning. State your name, please.
My name is Greg. Last name is Hill.
Are there two separate incidents here?
It's the same incident, but because of the investigation that led into it, he did other things that covered up the crime.
Okay, so.
So his son is the victim in the assault, so he's a minor.
And then you're gonna sign also, is that correct?
I'm gonna sign on the,
Detective
did I not
sign?
sign? I think I did sign it already, didn't I?
Well, but you both have to be sworn in,
Correct,
so
yep.
raise your right hand, please. Solemnly swear or affirm that the statements you're about to give this court are true?
Yes.
I will start with Mr. Greg Hill regarding a Chad, looks like Walney. What did that person do on or about September 27th of last year in the city of Fraser?
In the city of Fraser at a roller hockey game. They were playing a roller hockey game, and Chad, not even involving a play, viciously and deliberately came up behind my son, wrapped him up around the waist, picked him up and threw him to the ground so hard that he hit his head and he was unconscious, had a concussion, and got 8 staples in his head.
Was he this individual participant in the game?
Yes, sir. Yeah. There was no play involved, no puck involved. It was away from the play, and there was nothing to do with the play.
Is that your signature that appears on the complaint?
Yes, sir.
How old is this Chad Walney?
I believe Chad Walney's 23 years old.
Okay, so he's not a minor.
And my son is 16 years old when the incident happened.
And then Detective Sergeant Hoppy regarding that same individual on October the 10th of 2020, what happened in the city of Fraser?
On that date, Your Honor, I was investigating this assault that occurred. I've interviewed several persons involved, including the referee, who agreed with Mr. Hill's explanation of the events. I brought Chad Walney in for an interview. He tried to divert it to another individual, provided me a different name, provided a video he said would exonerate him and tell me someone else that did it. So I began investigating that. Later date, called him in again, and he admitted that he lied to me about that it was him that assaulted Jacob. However, he said it was not on purpose.
Is that your signature on the complaint?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. You're all set. You'll be notified of the court date.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What, are they bringing the prisoners over or no?
They're zooming them.
Oh, they're zooming them.
Yeah. I'll be back in 1
So,
minute.
so they're in the, I'm sorry.
I
I thought you
called-
said that they were in person.
When I called, they said they were in person, and then I called again, and they said they're zooming.
Oh, okay.
So
These are the 3 prisoners. These are the 3 prisoners, but this is the one that were defendant didn't appear. So I don't know if you want to take that.
People versus Shakira Starks. Is there an attorney that appeared or no?
Yes, Mr. Sinico was here. Looks like he's not here anymore though.
Oh, boy.
I'll take it back if you want me to hold it.
That's all right.
When I see him come in.
People versus Timothy Smith. These people are in jail right now? Is
Yeah,
that-
ready, Your Honor. We just need the Macomb County Jail.
You have to place your appearance on the record, please.
Very good. Kyle Cole, P78237, on behalf of defendant Mr. Smith.
You could tell the jail to bring him on screen. Usually they were standing there, but usually he yells out and calls for the defendant.
Is there anyone there in the Macomb County Jail that can hear us? Do you have a Timmy Smith? Timmy Smith, state your name, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
Timmy Dean Smith.
Jail command, all floors and duty stations. The following individuals have training.
Mr. Cole, what's taking place today?
Your Honor, today's the date and time set for a probable cause conference. I represent Mr. Smith in another matter. I have spoken to him in the jail before. Our plan is to waive our right to exam today.
Mr. Smith, did you hear the statements made by your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And he indicates that you wish to waive your right to the preliminary examination hearing on these felony charges. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well. And the matter is bound over to the circuit court. Do you have a court date, Mr. Cole?
I do have one already for Judge Creddy on a different case, but I don't have one for this date, this case.
Did you talk to Mr. Stone about it?
Unfortunately, he did call me yesterday, Your Honor. I totally forgot to call him back, so I did not get a date from Mr. Stone. It was my fault.
Your Honor, if this is assigned to Judge Coretti, it will be Tuesday at 9 in the morning. If I can get my calendar to pull up here. So Tuesday, July 6th at 9 a.m., if that's good for Mr. Cole.
Yes, that's good for us.
Very well, then you're to appear July 6th at 9 o'clock a.m. before Judge Coretti. Bond is continued. When you're not incarcerated, do you live at the Dorset address, Mr. Smith?
No, currently I'm going back to the 3-quarter house that I was residing at, 4511 North Gratiot.
Hold on, we have to write that down. What is it, 45111?
Yep, North Gratiot.
How many ones are there?
3 1, sir.
Thank you.
About
Is that a
bond, Your
home or an
Honor?
apartment? Home or an
It's-
apartment?
It's a home,
And what city is that?
Clinton Township,
Zip code, please?
48036.
You were saying regarding bond?
I'm trying to go to rehab, Your Honor, for a couple of these different cases. I talked to Community Corrections already, but she said that I would have to talk to you about it. I'm trying to get a personal bond on this case to go to rehab so that I can talk to Community Corrections again, and she can call the other judges to see if I can go to rehab while I'm going to court, so that I can get back into my 3-quarter
What I'll
house.
do is, I don't have a report, so what I'll do is I'll refer the issue of bond to Community Corrections, and they'll issue the report then, all right?
Okay.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take Austin Sesmiak next.
I apologize, Your Honor. I'm well in the record.
10 o'clock.
Barrington. Are you vaccinated or no?
Yep.
Or Mr. Biernat, are you ready on your case? Mr. Biernat? I don't think, can you hear us? No.
Mr. Biernat,
Hold on.
are you ready in your case?
I don't think he can hear us. All right. Mr. Tuttles, do you have something else?
No, Your Honor, I apologize. I said that I indicated I would address bond on Mr. Johnson on the 7th. I really want to talk to, after talking to his family, I really wanted to see if I could address bond today.
He can be on screen, the defendant.
Oh, Jesus. Is there a way to get him? All right, who's next? Can we get him off and just?
Yes.
I'm sorry, back to like the.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let's just raise hand.
Did you need Mr. Bush?
No, all I want is, all the people back on like we did before. You know what happened?
Oh, no, it was
We only have one person on the screen, that's why.
there. I don't know why. Let me move Mr. Bush.
Sheriff's Department, can you hear us? Hi, can you hear us? Hello? Can you hear us?
Hello? Who are you talking to?
Sheriff's Department.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Hello, how are you? I didn't know who you were talking to.
That's right. Do you have Austin's Semiak?
Sesmiak?
Sedmiak, yep.
Okay, thank you.
Sesmiak? Sesmiak, Austin? Oh, jeez. We need to call Bob.
Come on over here, Austin. You stand right there.
We're gonna have to get his attorney on, so I'm not sure if we're gonna do this.
Well, he speaks like, oh, I know.
State your name, please.
Austin Semiak, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor.
We're having
Aaron
Go ahead, Ms. Cole.
Good morning, Your Honor. Aaron first call on behalf of Austin Schimak. Your Honor, today's the date and time set for a PCC in this matter. I've discussed it with Mr. Stone and with Mr. Schimak. We are asking for an adjourned PCC. There has been an offer made for a reduction in the charges if Mr. Schimak is able to come up with the restitution. So I would like to address bond as well.
Well, this matter's been pending since January, though. Why is there a continued request for adjournment? I see that on January 27th, it indicates per request, the defendant adjourn the PCC to February 17th.
That is correct, Your Honor. We were attempting to resolve it. We did adjourn it to February 17th. Mr. Schimak did not appear that day. He did appear on the wrong day, and he thought he was going to get a new notice, which he did not get. So that is why that has been lingering for so long. We could set it for a preliminary exam if you prefer. That would be fine.
Well, I'm just,
What's the update?
We are.
How long have it?
Again, Your Honor. Mr. Ramirez has been incarcerated in Stark County.
I'm sorry, we're just gonna go off. Mr. Tuttle's on the line now, so.
Yes, can you hear me, Your Honor?
Hold on, Mr. Tuttles. We're having some real difficulty with our Zoom today, so
We need-
I can't handle any cases right now. Your case isn't even being called, and yet we have two other individuals that are supposed to be on the screen.
Because mine is fine.
Okay.
View up here, but my view is going. How they Len, can you get Mr. Johnson's file back, Antoine Johnson?
Yeah.
Someone else talks. Yeah, it is now. They're always on the screen, but now just all of a sudden. I'm okay. Thank you. Now, do you want me to go out of, do you want the court to go out of Zoom and then Zoom back in? Do you think that might help?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's not happened before.
Call back.
And remove it.
Because I thought you were.
Remove. And then.
I thought you were technically. Can I get by you, Bob? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Judge. Okay, thanks. Thank you. This was stupid.
Thank you. It shouldn't be that. This is the Zoom.
Ms. Coles, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, we're having real difficulty today with our Zoom, but it looks like we're back on track. So regarding Mr. Semiak, I will adjourn the pretrial. And how long are you asking for? I'm sorry, the probable cause conference.
Actually, I'm just asking until July 14th, Your Honor.
You wanted to address bond also?
I do.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, there has been an offer made to Mr. Schimak. However, he does have to come up with restitution. He does think he will be able to do that. He is employed. He works with Real Deal Siding. He also recently had a newborn son that was just released from the neonatal intensive care unit. He states that he did appear for court, but he did appear on the wrong date and thought that a new notice was going to be sent out to him. He did not receive that new notice. He did end up in jail because of that warrant. However, he does not have new charges pending. He is there because of the warrant. So he is asking the court for personal bond. He knows how important it is that he show up for court, and he does want to do that and get this matter taken care of.
What led you to be arrested and taken into custody on June the 16th, Mr. Semiak?
It was just a routine traffic stop for a headlight being out, Your Honor.
Well, you have a history of retail fraud cases and larceny cases, then you didn't show up. You must have known that the case wasn't just going to go away, right?
That's correct, Your Honor. I will show up.
And you also have a warrant out for your arrest out of Warren for retail fraud. All right, probable cause conference is set for July 14th at 8:30. If not resolved, July 21st at 8:30 for the exam. Bond was $5,000, cash surety. It'll be amended to $5,000, 10%. And the matter is referred to community corrections for pretrial monitoring and drug testing prior to release if you do post.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What address will you be living at?
37 Carondelet, Carondelet. That's Rochester Hills, Michigan. 48317.
Okay. Very well, you're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Sheriff's Department. We'll take Krantz next. James Krantz.
Which case? We don't.
The next one. Daniel?
Daniel Krantz.
No, Krantz, we already called that case, right?
Yeah, okay.
And that's not he wasn't in custody either.
And this should be the last prisoner.
We're all set then, right?
No, we're not set. We have two more people.
Okay.
Hold on.
Mr. Daniel is the next prisoner.
All right, I need to get the other files.
Oh,
Who's next, Mr. Daniel?
Daniel, and that's the final prisoner as far as,
He's called Daniel next, right?
yeah. Oh, and Mr. Johnson too, because Mr. Johnson's coming back.
Okay, who does he want first?
Daniel.
Okay, we'll take Daniel next, Sheriff's Department. Thank you.
We'll do. I'll get him. Who is it? Daniel.
Thank you.
What happened to the video?
People versus Saeed Daniel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jessica Lazier on behalf of Mr. Daniel.
Mr. Daniel, state your name, please.
Saeed Daniel.
I have three files here. The one that I was before the court last week. You were held in contempt for violating your bond conditions. That one is set for July 7th at 8:30. I wanted to address that contempt matter. And also, I see he has another file that is set for a jury trial without date. Ms. Lazier, did you have a chance to speak with Mr. Stone about these two state cases?
I did speak briefly with Mr. Stone about these cases. I don't know that there is going to be a resolution today on either of them. I would ask the court to consider reducing the contempt sentence for the reason that my client does have some mental health issues. He is very young. I certainly think he got the point in having to serve some jail time for the bond violations. And I'm pleasantly surprised that he did take the initiative and report to the jail, which so many people don't do. Just regarding moving forward on these cases, Judge, I have some health issues and I would ask the court to allow me to withdraw from them. I'm not going to be able to hold a jury trial anytime soon. I've been put on bed rest. So I'd like to get him a new attorney who can work with him as soon as possible.
Well, I hope you feel better. Hope you're going to be all right, Ms. Lazier.
Thank you.
And I will allow you to withdraw. Well, let's first handle this contempt matter. Mr. Daniel?
Yes.
The reason you were held in contempt is because you violated the court's order. You were ordered not to have contact with the victim, and not only did you have contact, but you went back and you were living at the same address. And you understand that you can't do that. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. It looks like the incident took place. Now this is on file 211464 at 13 Mile Road in Roseville, and that's where you went back to. So where are you going to be living if you are released?
On 9 Mile Road.
Do you have an address?
Not at the moment. It's 9 Mile in Brittany.
Is that with your grandma, Mr.
Yeah.
Daniel?
Yes.
All right, so that address is 22825 Brittany?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to release you. Cancel the balance of the 21-day sentence. And this matter is set for a bench trial on July the 7th. Although I guess I'm going to have to change it to a pretrial because now we're going to have to give you a new attorney. Do you know who's next on our list? All right, so the bond is reinstated. And that's already been posted. So on this file, which is 211464, that'll be set for July the 7th at 8:30, and that's a pretrial. And we'll appoint a new attorney. And I'm also going to set the case that was set for jury trial. I'm going to set that for the same day. That individual who's in the court, he can't stay in the courtroom until his case is called. So he's got to. Actually, I'm going to set these court dates for July the July the 16th at 8:30. Could you put down his address, the Brittany address on that file too, please? All right, so they'll release you today, Mr. Daniel. Just make sure that you appear. It looks like you also have a Frazier case, just so you know. You have to be back. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll just set that also for the 16th of July.
Did you want that in a private?
Well, it's just a non-payment. That's all it is. Just a matter of paying the court fine. Well, I adjourned all those Friday cases, the ones that are set for jury trial. I set them all for that day.
Okay, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought I told you that yesterday. I guess not. So they're all gonna be, well, not all of them. I got like 10%. All right, you're all set. Mr. Daniel, you're welcome. Mr. Daniel, can you ask the deputies to bring in an individual by the name of Antoine Johnson Jr.?
Yes, I will. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. What do you have?
In custody for 2.5.
Raise your right hand. Detective Sidway. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the statements about to give this court are true to the best of your knowledge?
I do.
Tasha White, April 12th, in the city of the city of Rose.
Defendant and co-defendant are half sisters. Defendant works at CheckSmart located at 265 or 151 Gratiot. Co-defendant came into CheckSmart with the victim's stolen check and forged a signature on it in the amount of $2,800. Defendant was the cashier who processed and cashed the check for the co-defendant, knowing it was stolen and forged. Under Miranda, she admitted knowing the check was stolen and forged, and knowing the check was not the co-defendant.
Is that your signature on the complaint?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
That one is in custody, and her stepsister, who I'm swearing to now, is out of custody.
So it's the same case, it's just their co-defendants on it?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Do you have, Deputy, do you have Antoine Johnson Jr. there?
We're checking right now. He's not answering in our group of inmates, so.
Thank you.
Looks like he was already done and taken back.
This is Lawrence Williams. Can you hear me?
All right, well, while we're waiting on that,
This is Lawrence Williams checking in. Can you hear me okay?
I can, yes.
Thank you.
I've got a whole slew of files here, though.
I understand.
Yeah, Taisha Hampton, is anyone here on that case?
Hey, Judge, I'm Chris Metcher here on behalf of Miss Hampton. She is here via Zoom. I talked to her. Oh, there she is.
Today's date set for sentencing. Have you and your client had the opportunity to review the report?
Yes, Judge, I have gone over the report with her. It appears factually accurate. I would have a few things I like to say, but I'll leave that until the end. It appears factually accurate.
All right, Ms. Hampton, state your name, please.
Taisha Hampton.
Did you review this alcohol drug evaluation report with your attorney?
Yes, I did.
Do you believe it is accurate?
Yes, sir.
As to sentencing, Mr. Metry? Judge, Miss Hampton's doing great. I mean, she received the substance abuse evaluation prior to this case being resolved. It resulted in the prosecution offering her a lower charge. Judge, she's seen counselors. She really is taking every positive step in the right direction. She's done all the hard work herself, Judge, and it really shows that. She has no problem with the probation, Judge, and she's not going to be using drugs or alcohol. That's not going to fall into her history at all. What I would say, Judge, she works full time at a hospital. She works on weekends, so I would ask that she be excused from the ARM weekend program, because weekends are mainly when she works. But she's not gonna have any issues, Judge. I think you can ask her. She's seen counselors, talked to a substance abuse assessment, and really kind of learned the dangers of what alcohol can cause her, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Hampton, is there anything you'd like to say on your behalf?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to say I apologize to you and the course for the time and effort that you had to put into this case. I wanted to thank the officer that stopped me the night of the incident, because I could have hurt myself, my child, or other citizens. I am deeply apologetic, and I have learned I learned different coping mechanisms. As Mr. Metry said, I have seen counselors and substance abuse evaluators, and I work at a hospital. I care for the elderly and the disabled, and I am working really hard to stay on the right track. Thank you.
Well, glad to hear that, Ms. Hampton. Sounds like you otherwise have your life in order. All right, the court has reviewed the alcohol drug evaluation report. I have placed you on 1 year reporting probation, although you won't actually have to come into court at this point. You'll probably do it by email or phone. You are to pay supervision fees during that period of time. No criminal behavior or similar incidents. You're not to use drugs or alcohol. Maintain your employment. I will order that you attend the alcohol highway safety education class along with victim impact panel. Complete those within 60 days. Do you have a license now, or is it restricted?
It is restricted until September 8th, I believe. I'm still trying to get a appointment at the Secretary of State to get the actual card.
All right, don't drive in violation of restricted license. Fines and costs, which includes a state crime victim right fee, total $750 for 30 days in jail. You're also to pay the court-appointed fees. Are you prepared to pay that amount or any of it today?
Yes, sir. I can pay the $750 today.
All right. Do you have the name of the probation department and number? You apparently did call there previously. Do you still have that?
I don't know.
The probation?
Yes.
Velosky or Velosky?
Yes. Yep. Give her a call today.
Yes, I do have the name and number.
All right. Give her a call today. You're all set.
Okay, I will. All right. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Recalling the matter of People versus Antoine Johnson Jr. Did we now lose Mr. Tuttles? Shoot. Mr. Tuttles, are you with us?
Yes, he is. He on another matter now. He's still on screen.
All right, Mr. Johnson, we're waiting for your attorney. Can you hear us, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, as soon as your attorney comes back, I'll recall your case.
Okay.
Not quite.
People versus Rita Ritchie.
Okay, just have a seat out here.
Ready, Your Honor. Can you hear me, Your Honor?
I can hear you, but you have to place your appearance on the record, please.
Sure, Your Honor. This is John Russi, court-appointed counsel on behalf of Rita Ritchie, and I believe Ms. Ritchie is listening by telephone.
Ms. Ritchie, can you hear us?
Ms. Ritchie, take off your mute.
Your Honor? Your Honor?
Okay, that's Ms. Ritchie.
You have to state your name, please.
This is Rita Ritchie, Your Honor.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Russi.
Yes, Your Honor. I've had an opportunity to speak with the assistant prosecuting attorney. And at this time, Your Honor, what we'd like to do is this. There's a couple of things. I do have the police report, but the police report makes reference to numerous photographs. I spoke with my client about, we'd like to get those photographs. And I also spoke with the prosecutor about possibly, after reviewing the photographs, requesting a deviation. So we'd like to adjourn this pretrial for those reasons. And we're requesting perhaps that we could come back on July 28th.
Very well. The matter is adjourned to July.
Excuse me, Your Honor, I cannot come back on July 28th. I have another matter at that time. Either July 21st or the week after. I have a hearing that day. That's an in-person.
July 21st at 8:30. It's adjourned to that date and time. Ms. Ritchie, make sure you Zoom back in or call back in on that date and time, all right?
Yes, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes. Do you live at the same address on 10 Point?
Yes.
You were all set.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Okay, you
Judge.
said July 21st at 8:30?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
You're welcome. Recalling the matter of people versus Antoine Johnson Jr.
Ready, Your Honor. Can you hear me, Your Honor?
Mr. Tuttles, I can't hear you.
You can or cannot?
I cannot hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna go to another device that you will be able to hear. Give me 1 second.
Going to another device.
Right.
I'm coming in on another.
I actually know that.
I'm coming in on another device.
No, I can't hear that buzzing, but I did hear it.
I'm coming in on another device, Your Honor. Can you hear me? John, I'm coming in on a different device, if you could please. Hello.
Oh, he's backing up.
Mr. Tuttles, if you can hear the court, your voice is so faint, you can always call into the court and we'll give you a phone number if you want to do that.
Yes, Your Honor, I had to come in on a different device. Can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Great.
Okay, thank you. You know, these phones do what they want to do, but
yes,
yes. But on behalf of Mr. Johnson, I indicated earlier that I would visit a bond, on the 7th when he's scheduled to come back in court. And after talking to Mr. Bond's mother, I think it'd be to Mr. Johnson's benefit that I address Bond today.
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Okay. He lived with his parents, his mother. He's graduated from high school. He got a diploma. He's on his way to college. He's doing homeschooling for the last 2 years. He has no prior felony convictions, no prior capious convictions. There were some issues with this case because Mr. Johnson was diagnosed with COVID during the time, one of the times that he's supposed to appear in court. Another time he's supposed to appear in court, he was coming in. He was informed by his attorney not to, because he was going to be late, not to come in, so on and so forth. He's obviously have a lot of family support. He's retained competent counsel. We ask that his bond be reinstated, Your Honor. We have no reason to believe that Mr. Johnson is not going to appear in court. I'm more than sure there's a no contact provision, with his ex-girlfriend, and we don't think that he's going to violate that condition of bond. He understands he's never been locked up before, so he understands the severity of his actions and what it can lead to. So we're just asking that the court reinstate his previous bond.
Mr. Stone?
Your Honor, I would point out that Mr. Johnson has one prior ordinance violation for allowing unlicensed person to drive. However, he's been charged with domestic violence twice in the past, 2019, then in August 2020, those matters were dismissed in the 36th District Court. I show a pending fleeing and eluding in Wayne County. And then on one of these cases, Judge, he was on bond. He was on bond for the felony file when he allegedly committed this new domestic violence file. So I think he's a danger to the public and himself. I leave it to your discretion, but that's my input.
One of the things I see, first of all, he has two files, 21736 FY. It shows that 3 times he failed to appear in court. February 17th, March 31st, and April 24th. So obviously he does not take court appearances seriously. For that reason, I'm going to deny his the request for bond reduction. So he has 5,000, 10% in one case, and the other one is 5,000 cash surety. We'll see you back here July 7th at 8:30. You're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
I'll take you back. Is that the last one?
I don't think so.
Smith was done. We're still missing.
I'm sure that's the right slips on that. B versus Shakira Starks.
Good morning, Judge. For the record, David Emsonuto appearing on behalf of Ms. Starks.
Is Ms. Starks with us?
Judge, she had a Warren case yesterday where her bond was revoked. So she's in Macomb County Jail. And I was informed apparently by the jail that they're not bringing her down for the case this morning. I would be willing to waive her appearance, Judge. I was just retained on the case and asked the court to set a new PCC in 2 weeks, followed by the preliminary exam 2 weeks after that.
What was the reason that her bond was revoked in Warren?
The charge in Warren is uttering and publishing, and the basis Judge Chupa revoked her bond was picking up the new case before Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, then we'll adjourn the PCC to July 7th at 8:30. If not resolved, July 14th at 8:30 is the exam.
Judge, can we do July 21st for the exam?
So do you want July 7th and July 21st? Is that what you're indicating?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, you're all set.
And Judge, as far as the bond goes on this case, we're going to ask the bond to remain as set. because I'll be making another bond motion when we get to circuit court on the warrant case, which was bound over yesterday.
For some reason, wait, just 1 second, please. Some noise came in when you were addressing the issue of bond, and I did not hear what you said.
Judge, we're going to ask the bond remain the same on this case. I'm not going to ask that the court revoke it because we're going to ask for a bond when we get to circuit court on the warrant case. So I just want to put that on the record. Thank you, Judge, and have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Your Honor, on that basis that the jail not bringing her over, I'd ask the court to find good cause to waive 21 days in this matter.
I do find good cause. Mr. Burnett never came back. P versus Tyler Quatrine.
Ready, Your Honor. Lawrence Williams, can you hear me okay, Judge?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's
Tyler
taking place
Quatrine.
today, Mr. Williams?
And Your Honor, for the record, Lawrence Williams, P number 42491 on behalf of Mr. Quatrine. Judge, we waive any objections to the Zoom proceedings.
Very well.
Judge,
today is the PCC date, so did you and Mr. Stone have the opportunity to speak?
I have talked with Mr. Stone's counterpart, Mr. Evan Dash, who I believe is the prosecutor on record for the file. He and I have the framework of a resolution, Judge. We only need one more PCC date to finalize that. It's my understanding that Mr. Dash has talked to Mr. Stone and in concurrence with this request, Judge.
For the record, Your Honor, Evan Dash on behalf of the people, I am in agreement with Mr. Williams.
Thank you. And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, that we're waiting on restitution for this case, and once we have it, I think we'll have it resolved.
How long are you asking for an adjournment?
Judge, if I can get at least 3 weeks, I think I can put all the pieces in order.
Is July the 14th good for you?
Judge, I am due for some medical situations around.
That's all right. Just give me a Wednesday that is good for the two of you, and that's the date we'll set.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, is it possible that we could have the July the 21st?
Yes. All right. It's adjourned to July 21st at 8:30 for the PCC. If not resolved tentatively, it's set for the exam on July 28th at 8:30. And Mr. Quatrine, state your name, please.
Yes, Tyler Quatrine, Your Honor.
Do you still live at the Madison address?
Yes, that is correct. 21901 Madison Street.
All right, so make sure you zoom back in 4 weeks from today at 8:30. You're all set.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. People versus Robbie Samuel.
Good morning, Judge Karen Lemke, appearing on behalf of Robbie Samuel. We waive our appearance in the courtroom. Ms. Samuel, please identify yourself for the record.
Robbie Samuels.
What's taking place today?
Your Honor, I've had a chance to discuss this matter with Mr. Stone. She is going to plead to count 1, dismissing the second offense. So it'd be a first offense OWI. We were going to dismiss count 2, and she's going to plead to added count 3, failure to display, or no ops. I believe I got that right, Mr. Stone?
That's correct, Judge. There'll be no ops.
So, and Your Honor,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, I did text her over a copy of the advice of rights form, and she and I went through that form, and she understands she's giving up those rights by pleading guilty as stated.
Ms. Samuel, Is that your understanding of the plea?
Yes, sir.
By pleading guilty to operating while intoxicated, first offense, and driving without valid operator's license on person, these are misdemeanors. The maximum punishment is 93 days in jail. Sanctions will be imposed against your driving record by the Secretary of State's office. You waive your right to a trial in front of a judge or a jury and all the rights that you were previously informed of that Ms. Lemke stated that she went over with you again. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just so you know, your video went out.
All right, Ms. Samuel, this would have been on May 30th, 2021 in the city of Roseville. How do you plead to operating while intoxicated
Guilty.
and driving without valid operator's license on person?
Guilty.
Ms. Lemke, you want to question her as to what took place that day to establish a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor. On the day in question that the judge stated, had you consumed alcohol on that day?
Yes.
She's looking for a way to have them supervised.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Can we mute Mr. Stone? Thanks.
Yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Lemke.
Sorry about that. On the day in question, on May 30th, 2021, were you driving on the streets in the city of Roseville?
Yes, ma'am.
And had you consumed alcoholic beverages on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And we received a copy of the blood test results in that case, did we not? And you saw those?
Yes, ma'am.
And that stated that you had 0.162 alcohol in your system. Would you stipulate to those results?
Yes, ma'am.
And at the time when the officer asked you.
Hold on a second. Was it 0.162 or was it 0.162?
0.162 grams alcohol per 100.
0.162. All right.
Sorry.
Very well.
And also on that day when the officer asked you to display your driver's license, were you able to do so? Is that a no?
Oh.
Okay. Satisfied, Judge.
Thank you. The court does find there's a factual basis for the defendant's guilt on both added counts, and then counts 1 and 2 are dismissed. We'll schedule sentencing for July 21st. Is that good for you, Ms. Lemke?
1 minute. Yes, Judge.
All right, sentencing is July 21st at 8:30. Does your client want it in person or by Zoom?
We agree to Zoom, Judge.
All right, she'll have to contact Ms. Belowski. Do you have her number to forward it to her, the probation officer?
That's the 4844. I think your camera moved over. You can't really see it anymore.
I know, I'm not sure. 447-4428.
4428. I will have her get a hold of her then.
Yeah, Ms. Belowski, 447-4428. All right, Ms. Samuel, give her a call today. Do you live at the Logie address still?
Yes, sir.
All right, your bond is continued. You're all set.
Judge, on her case, okay, she is paying $95 a week for a tether, and I believe she said it's the alcohol scram tether. Is there any chance that now that she's pled and taken responsibility that you would excuse that responsibility? It's breaking her financially. She could do drops or something like that, but right now she's paying $95 a week.
I will address it at sentencing date. I see that she was found guilty of operating while intoxicated with an occupant less than 16 just 2 years ago out of Warren, and now she has this with a blood alcohol content of 0.16. So I'm going to continue it, but I'll address it on the 21st. All right?
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Mr. Bearnett is here now.
Okay. All right, Mr. Bearnett, are you with us?
Yes, Your Honor.
First Edward Sawyer.
For the record, Your Honor, John Burnett on behalf of Mr. Sawyer. I spoke to the prosecutor today. We are requesting a brief adjournment. We're hoping to resolve this matter, but we would need a little additional time.
How long are you asking for?
If we could have at least 2 weeks. Is that enough time, Jeff? I don't know that Mr. Stone's able to. We'll ask for 14 days, Judge.
Mr. Stone, are you with us on Sawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's the reason for the adjournment? The reason I'm asking is a lot of times it's because of restitution. I don't know if that's it or not, but I just want to make sure that when we come back, it would be a productive pretrial date. So does that give you enough time?
It is a restitution issue. As the court can see, there's 3 separate files. One file has 5 charges, and I need to determine the exact restitution amount to be able to offer anything to Mr. Burnett in this matter.
So realistically, what would be a good date? Does 2 weeks give you enough time or no?
Yeah, 2 weeks is sufficient.
Is that good for you, Mr. Burnett?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is that date good for you, though? That's what I'm asking.
That's fine.
All right, July 7th at 8:30. Mr. Sawyer, state your name, please.
I'm Edward Sawyer.
All right, you're to Zoom back in on July 7th at 8:30. Your bond is continued. I'm going to address for you on, I think it says Edshire. Is that where you're living?
No, I'm in Share Macomb.
Do you have an address?
It's a rehab facility. I've been sentenced here by
That's okay. All right, just listen, please, Mr. Sawyer.
Yep.
You're not going to get a notice sent in the mail, so write down that court date, July 7th at 8:30, all right?
I already got it, Your Honor.
All right, great. Make sure you zoom in on that date and time. You're all set.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I don't get to talk to my lawyer at all.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, you're welcome, Mr. Burnett. Sergeant, is your case going? You know what?
As far as we know, it is, yes.
Are they ready for it?
I can go find out.
Hello, Your Honor. I'm hearing Anthony Anderson.
All right, give me a moment. First, Gerald Bush.
Sorry.
Is Gerald Bush with us?
Yes.
State your name, please. Mr. Bush, you have to state your name, please.
Gerald Raymond Bush.
Today's date's set for review. Since you were last in court, have you been in any trouble at all?
No, Your Honor.
Looks like your record is clear. And you are paid in full. As a result of that, then pursuant to the original plea agreement, the matter is dismissed. You're all set, right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.